All right, check this out, guys. Day 49. Did my push-ups, drank my water, and realized something. I've been punishing myself for 20 years and calling it discipline. So yesterday I told you guys about the 24-hour rule, right? Never skip 2 days in a row that I have. And a lot of you got back up. You did the work. You showed up on day 34. But some of y'all didn't just get back up. Some of you guys punished yourselves for skipping. Double the reps, half the sleep, skip meals, pushed harder. Sound familiar? And you thought you were doing discipline, right? But it's not. Here's the difference. Discipline says I skipped yesterday. So today I show up, same routine, same standard. Punishment says I skipped yesterday. Today I do twice as much work to make up for it, essentially. And yeah, I'm sure you can see how different those are, right? Those are two different questions or two different statements. And discipline is neutral. It's a contract that you keep with yourself. Whereas punishment is more emotional. It's a revenge for really just being human. And here's what nobody tells you about this. Punishment works for about 3 days and then it breaks you because you can't build on a life that's wrapped around self-hatred. You can only build on self-respect. And I learned this the hard way. I'm gonna be honest with you, because after my divorce, I thought discipline meant destroying myself, right? I was doing 5 a.m. workouts until I couldn't stand, skipping meals, working 16-hour days. And honestly, people praised me for it. People were like, oh man, look at him. He's back on his discipline and all that good stuff. But inside, I was punishing myself for the marriage failing, for not being enough to hold my family together, for essentially letting my kids down. So every push up in my mind, I was saying you should have tried harder, or every skip meal was, you deserve discomfort, and every 5 a.m. Alarm was you don't get to rest until you fix this. And that's not discipline, right? That's the self-destruction on a workout plan. And day 63 of that version, not this version, the old version, I couldn't get out of bed. Not only, it wasn't because I didn't want to, it was because I physically couldn't get out of the bed. Like my body had shut down, my immune system crashed, and I got sick for like 2.5 weeks, somewhere around there. And you know what I did? Once I got better, I punished myself, you know what I mean? And for getting sick. And I told myself I was weak, that I failed again. And that's when I finally understood. Punishment is a sprint and discipline is infrastructure. Punishment asks, how much can I endure? Whereas discipline is, what can I sustain? And those are two completely different questions. I'm sure you could tell. So here's how you know if you are actually disciplining yourself or punishing yourself. One, you got to check your motivation. So discipline sounds like I'm building something. Punishment sounds like I'm paying for something. Two, you got to check your body. Discipline sounds like, well, discipline respects your limits. All right, punishment ignores it. So if you're injured and you're trying to push through, that's not discipline. That's punishment. And number three, you got to check your self-talk. Discipline sounds like a coach, like, hey, let's go. You got this. You can do this. Whereas punishment sounds like a drill sergeant. You know what I mean? You're pathetic. You deserve this pain. You ever seen those memes on, the TikTok memes or whatever, and the guys listen to his music and the woman's listen to her music, and the woman's music is like, oh, da, 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 you're the best, whatever, and then the guy's like, I hate myself. If there are 10 men, I will take all of them, type of thing. That's kind of how we do ourselves sometimes. And here's the critical part about that. You can't sustain what sounds like abuse. You just can't. So what does real discipline look like? Day 34. Remember I told you guys the other day, after I broke my streak, I did 10 push-ups. Not because 10 was a good enough number, but because 10 was what discipline required, right? It got me back on track. Punishment would have done, I would have done 100 and suffer for skipping, but that would have broken me in the next day or two. Discipline said, show up, honor the contract, build the pattern, and the 10 push-ups really just, it maintained the identity of I'm someone who shows up even when it's hard. 100 push-ups would have maintained a different identity. It would have been like I'm someone who punished themselves for essentially being human and skipping a day. And I didn't want to be that person anymore. So here's your test. Think about your routine, your habits, your discipline. Now ask yourself, if I talk to my kid the way I talk to myself during this routine, would that be abuse? If the answer is yes, you're not doing discipline. You're punishing yourself. And that punishment might get you through the week potentially, but it won't get you through the year. Discipline isn't about how much you can suffer. It's about how long you can sustain showing up without hating yourself for being there. So here's your assignment. Audit your discipline. Look for the punishment hiding in it. Are you showing up to build or are you showing up to pay? Because one creates life and the other slowly destroys it. So follow me for day 29, guys. That's where I talk about what to do when discipline starts to feel like a prison. Because eventually, even healthy habits and healthy discipline can feel restrictive. And when it does, you need to know the difference between breaking free and breaking your promises. There's a way to have both structure and freedom. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Stay up.